Hello my friends, in today's video we will take a look at a couple of carbon fiber tripods from Sirui. I will mainly be comparing a high-end heavy-duty ST-224 to a very popular and much more affordable Traveler 7C with two types of heads. I will also throw in my favorite tripod for light consumer cameras, the Traveler 5C. We will take a look at the quality and the feature set of these tripods, and I will try to explain what are the differences between a $500 and $150 carbon fiber tripod. ST-224 is a 4-section heavy-duty tripod with extending central column. Carbon fiber is the only version available. The maximal height is 175 cm with a central column extended or 140 without extended central column. One of the main highlights of the ST-224 is the massive 15 kg payload. I will show you what kind of setups it will work with later on. It only weighs 1.95 kg, so the weight to payload ratio is excellent. The minimal length of the legs is 51 cm in folded state. It fits into that window where it is light enough to travel with, but at the same time it is more than strong enough to be used as a primary heavy-duty tripod. Another strength of the ST-224 is the compact design. That is mainly achieved by the triangular shape of the central column, which allows it to be more tightly packaged. The diameter in folded state is actually smaller than with some compact travel tripods. The build quality is what you would expect from a tripod in this price category. The carbon fiber has a crossed pattern which should be stronger than simple single direction pattern. The machining of aluminum parts is very precise. I specifically appreciate that all edges are chamfered. There are gaskets around the twist locks, which means that it is water resistant, which is a huge benefit for landscape photographers. I have to give the ST-224 a full score for the build quality. One of my favorite things on this tripod are actually the locks. At this size I am fine with twist locks, which make the whole tripod less likely to snag on something during the transportation. The twist locks have a lot of texture, so it is very easy to get a good grip. It is difficult to describe, but there is some kind of two-stage thread with second point of resistance that lets you know whether it is engaged or not. The telescopic system is super smooth as well. The mechanism which locks the angle of the legs is held in place by magnets when you pull it out, which is very nice detail, and it is more convenient than spring-loaded mechanism. It lets you set the angle of the legs in 3 stages. The central column can be removed and reversed, so the minimal height of your camera on this tripod is basically 0 cm. If you want to place the tripod on some soft surface, extendable spikes will hold it in place. If you want to use it on a solid surface, you can use rubber legs. Stability is excellent with both options. Commonly used DSLM or DSLR cameras, even with larger telephoto lenses, are no challenge whatsoever for this tripod. There is also a 3/8 inch thread available for attaching some accessories, such as a monitor for example. The tripod comes with a bag. This is actually a very nice high quality bag with a nice amount of padding which will protect the tripod sufficiently. The strap and 2 Allen keys are included as well. ST-224 legs can be used with any tripod head that attaches using 1/4 or 3/8 inch thread. It has a quick release mechanism that lets you attach and detach the ball head quickly or switch between 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch thread. I use the ST-224 with ST-20 heavy duty ball head. It is fully made of metal. The adjustment knob is sufficiently large and it provides good grip necessary to secure the ball head in place. There are 2 options for panning. The first one is at the base and the second one underneath the quick release mechanism. You can achieve pretty smooth panning with both options, but it is not primarily meant for video. The build quality of the ball head is also great. The finishing is flawless, so no complaints here. This ball head uses ARCA plates, which is the most common standard in photography. A very high quality ARCA plate is also included in the box. Before this ball head, I was actually using fluid heads most of the time because ball heads were not sufficient for all of the setups that I usually use. Now I can use ST-20 for my A7 IV in a cage with a large 24-70mm f2.8 lens and external monitor with a large battery. The friction of the ball head can be adjusted by a small screw inside of the main knob. Unfortunately, I don't really know what is the real-world limit of this combination. All of the setups that I've tried are a piece of cake for this tripod and ball head combination. To put it into a context, let's take a look at a more affordable and very popular Traveler 7C. The maximal height of this tripod is 167 cm and the payload is 8 kg. It weighs 1.57 kg, so the weight to payload ratio is very solid. The minimal length in folded state is 46.5 cm including the ball head, which means that it is indeed very travel friendly as the name suggests. This is also a 4-section tripod and the angle of the legs can be set in 3 positions. Much like most travel tripods, this one is supposed to be folded over the central column. An advantage of that is that the whole setup is significantly shorter. A disadvantage is that the diameter is actually larger than with full-size ST-224. You can also carry it with a lowered central column, but in that case it will actually be a little bit longer than the ST-224. Despite that the 7C is much cheaper than the 224, it still uses the same carbon fiber with cross pattern, which is very nice to see. If you want to save some money, an aluminum version is available as well. I actually don't really have anything to complain about regarding the build quality on the 7C either. The central part that holds the legs together is less massive, but that is completely acceptable on a tripod such as this one. The leg locks are really good as well, and they also have that 2-stage mechanism. As expected, it feels a little bit less solid than the 224, but that is completely acceptable in the size and price category. It has thinner legs than the 224, but it is still fine for DSLM cameras with 24-70. It misses some of the features of the 224 though. There are no gaskets in the leg locks, so it is not water resistant. The spikes are included in the box, but you have to unscrew the rubber legs first and then install the spikes, which is a lot less convenient. The central column can be removed, but there is no quick release system. The ball head can also be attached using reversible 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch thread, but again without a quick release mechanism. It comes with the E10 ball head, which is a really good match for the C7 legs. It is completely fine for a full-frame DSLM with 24-70mm f2.8. It fixes the setup in place very securely and there is very little play. That is quite impressive considering the size of this head. It still works with my video setup with a cage and monitor with big battery. For this kind of setup I definitely prefer the ST-20, which is also easier to work with. Having said that, the fact that it works with E10 at all is respectable. It also offers panning functionality, which is nice in this class. It uses Arca standard, which is an obvious choice, and there is a very high quality Arca plate included in the box. There is also another version of Traveler called VA. It uses the same legs, but you will get a basic video head called VA5 instead of a ball head. You can somewhat adjust the panning and tilting on this head by partially tightening the locks, but this option is very limited. It is completely fine for basic pointing of the camera. If you want to be doing smooth cinematic camera movements, this is probably not the best choice. The build quality of this head is very good, it is fully metal and it supports the weight of my sample video setup with no issues at all. A disadvantage of this kind of setup without so-called half ball is that if you use it on uneven surface, you have to level it by adjusting the length of individual legs, which is not very convenient. It also uses Arca standard and it works with most Arca plates, including my favorite PD standard plate. One more tripod that I will include in this video is the 5C. 5C is in my opinion absolutely perfect for smartphones and action cameras. It is just 31 cm long when collapsed and it only weighs 850 grams, which is incredibly light. Maximal payload is 4 kg, so you can also use it with lighter mirrorless cameras and it is reasonably stable. It is not a replacement for a full-size tripod, but it is way more than sufficient for GoPro and mobile filmmaking, especially when combined with PD mobile system. I will talk more about that in my video about iPhone accessories. Maximal height of 5C is 138 cm and minimal height is 16 cm. The build quality is very good. It feels very solid and nicely machined. Twist locks also work very well. Included ball head is very decent considering the size. This is a carbon fiber version, but it is also available in aluminum if you want to save some money. The carbon fiber version is in my opinion fairly priced as well. To sum up, Sirui ST-224 is an excellent high-end heavy-duty tripod. I haven't really found anything that I don't like about it. The build quality is excellent, the size and weight to payload ratio is great, it is very travel friendly, and it has a lot of smart features such as quick release systems and gasket for water resistance. The same applies to the ST-20 ball head. Basically the only thing there is not to like about the ST-224 is the price. It is the kind of high-end product where you have to pay a lot of money to get the last percentage of the performance. Such is the law of diminishing returns. If you are looking for something more budget-friendly, Traveler 7C offers great value. It is not quite as sturdy and it misses some advanced solutions of the 224, but within its class it is an excellent tripod. It is indeed very suitable for traveling and more than sufficient for the majority of DSLM camera setups. The VA version with the video head is also a valid option, but there are some limitations. 5C is an excellent choice for mobile filmmaking and action cameras. So that's it for this video, thank you for watching, I hope that you liked this video and that you have found it to be useful. Stay tuned for more videos and maybe consider subscribing if you don't want to miss my future content. I appreciate your feedback in form of thumbs up or thumbs down. If you would like to ask anything or share your opinion, please do so in the comment section, and see you next time.